Right, so this is how you do it. You start off with AP flour, you put in some sugar, half a cup.
These
then
are
you put
delicious, Curtis.
Aren't they so good?
Amazing.
Some baking powder, a teaspoon of that, a teaspoon of salt, or half a teaspoon of salt, rather.
Yeah.
Then you mix the dry ingredients, right? So you keep all your dry together.
Easy.
Then you take your wet ingredients. So I've got sour cream, buttermilk, right? So this is really simple because the less you mix these, the better off you are. An egg.
A little vanilla?
Yeah, like a teaspoon of vanilla. You can, and that's vanilla extract, right? You mix those two together, so you get that in. And like I said, don't overwork it. That's the only thing you can do wrong here because then they'll become tough and you won't keep that beautiful fluffiness. And we're going to put a decent-sized dollop. And you'll see they're not perfectly smooth.
He's cooking this low and slow.
Yep. And then we concentrate on the sauce. So this is a bit of a take on a crepe Suzette, right? Now, crepe Suzette is made with oranges. We're doing it with tangerines, so these beautiful things.
My mom loves tangerines.
Aren't they nice?
Yeah, she totally bust this out this weekend.
You start off with a little bit of sugar and some of that tangerine juice.
Yep.
You reduce it ever so slightly and make it a little thicker, right? You bring it up to a simmer. And then once it's sort of simmered for a little while, you cut up some cube butter like this, you pop it in, and then you whisk it together.
Whisk.
Yep. That turns into this, so you get this beautiful sort of thickened tangerine sauce. Then you take the slices of tangerine, you go ahead and drop that into your sauce as well.
Beautiful.
A little bit of that extra juice, so yeah. The thing I forgot is the Grand Marnier, which is an orange-flavoured liqueur, right?
My mama likes that too.
Just a little bit of that in there, and that's it, right? Then you come over here. Well, these aren't quite there, but once they're ready, they look like this beautiful,
nice and golden
and fluffy. You pick them up, you stick them on just
gorgeous.
That.
Just gorgeous. I'll pull mine out of the shot.
And then I just finish it like this.
Oh my
with the
God.
all over the top. You know this beautiful stuff, brioche, right? We use it sometimes.
Have it in my freezer currently.
Well, this is the perfect way to use it. You cut it into nice, thick pieces, and then you make this kind of almond mixture, which I'm going to show you how to make. It's like a paste. You spread it over, and then you put almonds on top.
Like an almond croissant.
Right.
Yeah.
This is called a Bostock, right? And no one's heard of it, right? So you take almond flour, which looks just like this. A little bit of flour, it's like two teaspoons of flour, a little bit of cornstarch, you mix that together, one of those.
This is how we make the paste?
That's how you make the paste.
Okay.
Then you cream butter and sugar separately, right?
Okay.
So it looks like this. Okay, so you cream that up. You add an egg and a little bit of almond extract.
Okay, and you want the egg in there?
You break that egg in there, gorgeous. So you whisk all of that together, right? So just sugar, butter, and egg.
And the almond flour.
Almond flour. And then once that sort of comes together, you go ahead and combine the almond flour as well. So you can dump that in there,
right in.
All right. You're like, this is going to go everywhere. The syrup. Well, the syrup is over here.
Syrup.
It's just a little bit of water, a little bit of orange juice, some orange zest, which we stick on the microplane, and some sugar. You bring that to the boil. It comes down to be like this, right?
So confused.
So because we're talking about a day-old brioche, right? So it's a little drier.
So you got to put a little moisture on it.
Little moisture on there. So a little syrup. Okay. You could use a maple syrup as well.
Then put this on here?
Then spread that on nice and thick, right?
Nice and thick, okay.
Then you take almonds, right?
Yeah.
You go ahead, you cover this with fresh almonds that are sliced, obviously, right? You cover those bad boys, and then you
Mom's gonna have to spend a week and a half at the gym after this.
It's like a cross. I was trying to think what it was a cross between, like a croissant or French toast, right? Because it gets really crispy in the oven. So you go ahead once you've generously covered that with almonds.
All right.
You stick the whole thing in
the
oven, right? It comes out, so 300.
You take the done one, I'll put this in. Oh, those are gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Wow.
Now,
pop them on here.
It is so good, you guys.
Crazy.
You're gonna love it.